Welcome to this episode of the ElectroNeek podcast, where we bring you the latest information in RPA and tell you how you can build, sell, and support your automation service business. So let's jump right into it.
Welcome, everybody. The idea today is that we discuss how to service and monetize your automation service business. So a little bit before, who is ElectroNeek? So ElectroNeek is a digital automation platform focused on the growth of your business. We serve MSPs and IT service providers on a global level. We go much beyond being just a software vendor. We are a full business suite for automation service business. Yeah, we have a very comprehensive product approach and a full platform, and we are focused on the growth of your business. Yeah, we are the only automation platform in the market today tailored specifically for MSPs and IT service providers. Meet your speaker. So today, Thiago Carlucci, myself, presenting to you. I'm the head of global campaign marketing, and it's a pleasure to be here with you all today. The agenda that we have, quick opening introduction. We're going to talk about recurring revenue and subscription models. Then we will touch upon your path to success and what that looks like. Okay, so here we go. Business needs have changed. Yeah, so just a quick background here on what we see in terms of trends. So it started in the 90s, yeah, the big old bulky computers, and then we moved on to data centers and cloud computing and so on, and then the Internet of Things. And nowadays, we have a completely digitalized world. Yeah, every transaction that we do generates data. So there are billions of data points out there. And automation plays a key role in making all of those data talk to each other and driving efficiency out of those data. So what we see is RPA is a growing market. So here we have some data from Forrester showing the RPA software and services market from 21 until 25. RPA-as-a-Service reaching up to $16 billion up to 2025 on a global level, and then the RPA software reaching up to $6.5 billion. So again, it's a growing market. Honestly, we are just scratching the surface. RPA is an automation tool. It is something that will continue to grow in a much bigger outlook than just 2025. Yeah. So your opportunity to capitalize on this growth is here and now with ElectroNeek. It's a huge opportunity. What we've seen from research, this is a research from Xerox from 2021, is that 80% of SMB owners want to implement automation in their businesses in the near future. So what we've seen is a movement from the enterprise world downstream to the main market, to the mid-market. So automation goes mainstream. It's not something that is exclusive for enterprises anymore. You have the SMB market, especially the mid-market, very avid for automation. It's a question of survival. It's a question of maintaining competitive advantage. So this is something that we see as a huge opportunity for MSPs and IT service provider to tap into this huge revenue pool that we see out there. Okay. And then we go if we dig deeper into this market, we see there is what we call the traditional players paradigm. Traditional RPA vendors, they actually focus on large enterprises with big budgets. Yeah, so you have the UiPaths and the automation anywheres out there that are basically focused on the enterprise world. And why do they fail? Why do those current models fail to enter this new blue ocean, this virgin field of opportunity, which is the mid-market? Because they represent big and high entry barriers. They are heavy and costly, and they end up blocking your access to the mid-market. With all of those licenses and fees and red tape, they actually block your access to the mid-market. But there is a new way of doing business. And with our model, you have total control over your automation service business. So ElectroNeek does not reach your end client. There is no channel conflict. We do not move onto the end client, the end customer. That is everything that is client facing is your responsibility, is your ownership. Basically, we enable you to build, sell, and support your automation service business. So we have the ElectroNeek platform with the hub architecture. We're going to look at that in more detail moving forward. There is a fixed annual investment from the ITSP to have access to the platform. And once you have access to the platform, you have a whole business suite ready to support you in your automation service business. Okay. Looking at what client cost and service revenue is, here we try to compare other players with the ElectroNeek proposal. Yeah? So with the ElectroNeek, the cost to the client is half, and you gain more revenue. If you look at an ElectroNeek cost structure, even the bot license, eventual bot license, we don't charge any bot license, but you can charge a bot license from your customer. That revenue is yours. So the cost to the customer is half of what it is with other players, and you gain more revenue. So the ElectroNeek business model is really something that enables you to have a sustainable subscription model for recurring revenue with RPA as a service. And we'll talk more about that, right? So we have two different models, commercial models. One is a project-based model, which is like a one-time payment. And the second model is a subscription model for recurring revenue. So I'm going to explain a little bit about the difference between these two models and the impact that this has on your cash flow. Okay. So model number one is the project-based model. It's that one-time payment. What does that look like? It's an initial project cost, right? When you have design, development, and deployment all in one payment. Eventually, you can have some bot support and maintenance. But what this means is there is a large down payment from the client, from the end customer, but it's one time and non-recurring, right? So everything that you do, the bot development, the design of the process, everything is on one-time payment that you charge to your customer. So let's say the contract will cost anywhere from about $15,000 to $50,000. That is a one-time payment from the customer, okay? It's a very high upfront cost, and it means a high barrier of entry for the client, okay? Where ElectroNeek comes in is enabling model number two, the subscription-based model, right? For recurring revenue. This is what we advocate for, and this is what we enable you to do. It includes all of the project costs into a monthly payment or into monthly payments for the client. So everything that you have to do in terms of the bot architecture, development, deployment, everything, you bundle all of those costs into one, and you dilute those costs into monthly installments. Let's say you have a 2-year contract. So you will have 24 monthly installments of payment to you, okay? What does that represent? There's no upfront payment from the customer. You can start with mid-sized tickets for as your revenue, but it's 100% recurring and long-term. The cost barrier for the end user is lower, which allows you to go into or tap into the mid-market. This is the beauty of this thing. And you can start with smaller processes, implementing automation into smaller process, and then expand within the client. And then also the MSP or the IT service provider retains the intellectual property because you're not selling the bot out. You're renting the bot to the customers. So that bot is your intellectual property. Once that contract is over, obviously you can renew the contract or just pull out, and that intellectual property is still yours. So what we advocate for and what we have structured ourselves around to enable you to do is have RPA as a service through a subscription-based model for sustainable recurring revenue in the long term. Okay. Looking at what that means in terms of cash flow. So this is what ElectroNeek enables you to do. So what are the advantages of the RPA SaaS? Yeah, the RPA as a service. Customer retention, you have more retention of those customers for the long term. Recurring revenue streams, so sustainable cash flow long term, and reduced sales cycles. You can start smaller, average size tickets. You can tap into the mid-market. So only benefits of going into the RPA SaaS market, okay? And what we want to share with you today is also your path to revenue with RPA. So what we've learned in the market that is from our most successful clients, what we've seen that works, yeah? Our most successful clients, they have gone through this path, and this is what we would like to share as well. So this path has 3 steps. So automate your internal processes first. Yeah, improve your margins, eliminate repetitive manual tasks. So look into your own operation first, automate internal processes, get good at RPA, and then move on to the second step, which would be automate tasks for your current customers. So you can increase your revenue from $10,000 to $15,000 to $20,000 to $30,000 per contract, depending on the complexity of those bots. But the second step would be then to automate for your current customers. And then as a third step, you can source additional revenue with new clients, right? You can build recurring revenue selling bots by subscription. And then we'll look into these steps a little bit in detail. The first one, automate your internal processes. The most efficient way to start your RPA journey is to implement RPA internally first. So what are the benefits? You increase efficiency and become much more productive, reduce costs and increase your margins. You train your staff in your automation development. I mean, you get all your team heads wrapped around RPA and automation business. You really get good at that. Have your own showcase of automation, your own bot that you built, the results that you've collected, and you gain confidence before moving on to delivering to your customers. So we advocate for starting internally, okay? Here we have common use cases to start from. 99% of business need automation in their everyday applications. Here we have just a quick collection of what we've seen are the most frequent cases of automation. So for example, legacy automation. So ERPs, you have Oracle, SAP, etc. Most of these don't have native integration with a bunch of different applications. So, and most times you need to extract data from some of these and move that data around. So that legacy automation is one key area to implement RPA at. SaaS automation, limitless SaaS automation, same situation. Some of these don't have native integration among them. So again, moving data and workflows from one application to the other. Sometimes or most times you need, or RPA can play an important role in assisting that workflow automation. Document processing, extremely important. You have OCR, you have that optical character recognition that you can process documents through. We have some upcoming news in terms of what document processing is. We will have some additional features in our product, in our platform coming out later this quarter. Reporting, we have surprisingly 70% of automation still goes through some kind of Excel sheet. So reporting is always important. Manipulation of data, this is one key area of implementation of automation. Sales enablement, so you have sales and marketing actually. All of these CRMs and sales enablement tools that require a lot of customer data to be moved around and to be processed. So automation plays a key role here as well. Web scraping, this is very common in e-commerce business where you have to take product specifications, pricing information from websites. So web scraping is very common in that sense. And then user management, passwords, credentials, etc., is also one key area of RPA implementation. So here, just a quick collection of where you can start from, either internally, both internally and from your current customers. So again, first step, as we said, start internally. Here are some use cases. Second step, automate tasks for your own customers. So it's much easier to start with your own customer base than going after new customers at first. So you already have a relationship with your own customers. So it's much easier to upsell, right? I mean, you have relationship, you have offers that you already have in place. So you can, you know their pain points and what their automation needs are. So it's much easier for you to sell or upsell into your current customer base. And you can automate, as I said, your current services. Whatever services, whatever offers you have in place, you can eventually attach RPA to that and sell an automated upgrade. And with that, you have quicker return on investment. So just a quick recap. Again, start internally, move on to your current customers. And then as a third step, here we have source revenue from new customers. Now that you know the use cases and are confident in delivering RPA to your customer base, prepare your go-to-market strategy. So sales enablement is super important. Sales deck, having your templates, your pitch, marketing collateral, ebooks, newsletters, a website, videos. So that is also very important. And then lead generation, both inbound and outbound. Eventually invest in a little bit in social media with paid ads is important, and have reps, having SDRs, making that outbound effort to get you new customers. And ElectroNeek can help you in all of this, okay? We are the only one-stop shop you need to implement RPA for you and your customers. we have inside our sales process, we have the sales engineering team that can focus the trial, the POC, the proof of concept, or the trial tailored to your needs for you to start internally, or if you already have some RPA and you want to start with the customer, we can focus, again, the trial tailored to what you need. We indicate best time to value use cases. We know what the market is doing. We have seen a lot of examples of what is successful. We can bring you best practices and insights from the market. We help you on development and the first internal implementation. So this is something new that we are bringing now, early to 2023, is a direct channel with our sales engineering team, our support team that can help you on development of bots. And our platform has everything that you need. Again, the ElectroNeek platform is a full business suite for you to develop, sell, and support your automation business. And what does that platform look like? We have a hub architecture where we have 3 different hubs. We have the automation hub, the business hub, and the service hub. This is where you can build, sell, and support the automation business. Okay, again, a full suite for like a one-stop shop really for automation business. Let's jump a little bit into each one of these. So the automation hub is a no-code tool environment that enables automation creation in a snap. You have the control center for bots that you create, free to download bot runner to launch unlimited bots for your customers, no additional charges for unattended bots, and API connection for complex projects. So it's important to say that other players out there, some also say, we don't charge for bots, for additional bots and so on. But if you dig deeper, you will see that they have some kind of fee for bot usage, or eventually fees for additional bots. In the case of ElectroNeek, that doesn't happen. It's a one cost for access to the platform, and you have unlimited scalability. Okay, we do not charge additional bot fees. We do not charge for usage time. It's just an access to the platform, and your scalability is unlimited. Thank you very much.
Thank you for listening to this episode of the ElectroNeek podcast.